I just got an idea that I'm excited to share with you. If you have no idea where to begin with a morning rhythm with the family that includes your littles, that includes a little bit of good devotion, good Bible, good rich story to fuel their souls so that they're satisfied for the first bit of the morning, then here's an idea if you have nowhere to start. Here's what I thought. This is where we sit and have breakfast. That is a fixed routine, rhythm, ritual, whatever you want to call it, that we already have. So, here's how you can start, is by asking what rhythms in our life are currently existing. Something like breakfast at the breakfast table. Maybe that's your thing as well. If that is, maybe you can connect a desired ritual you want to have to your existing ritual. Okay, so second, what I'm looking for is two things that we can start with, meaning two little actions that we can build on. For example, I really want to have Bible reading and I really want to have prayer. But I also want to have singing, where we sing together as a family. So I'm thinking, let's sing a prayer and learn a prayer that we can memorize and sing. So that can be our two things that we start with in the morning, is reading the Bible and singing a prayer. So, okay, what's going to be the trigger now to remember it, to implement it? Here's how mine looks like. This sticky note says Bible reading because we don't read out of a physical Bible, sadly. Now we are reading from the Deuterocanonical Bible texts, which are not in our current Bibles that we have. So for now we read it on the iPad. But I have this physical sticky note here to physically remind me, oh, this represents the Bible, which we need to read. So this will live right here on the table where we have our breakfast. The second thing will be the song, the scripture, no, not the scripture song, although it can be that, but this would be our prayer song. We have the Latin version of the Our Father that we want to learn. We have already begun to learn it with a track, an audio track. Now we only need the lyrics. We more or less know the tune, we only need the lyrics now, so I'm putting this also at the table, basically between me and my husband, that it's there. So this routine, only doing those two things take us 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how much of the Bible reading we do. We also just, after a reading, we talk about it, we tell it back to each other to make sure we understood what was going on. The kids also, their ears are there and ready, so they also listen and take it in and hear Mama and Papa chat about it. And when that is done, we just pick up our Latin paper, our song, and we sing it, and it's done. And that was 5 or 7 minutes. Start easy, do an easy thing first, and then build on that. Akom, let's go on. So once we have done this simple two things attached to our existing ritual breakfast, now we have done this for, I think, maybe 5 days even. It does not have to be for long. It's really easy to get comfortable with just doing two things within 7 minutes to an established breakfast routine. So now that we have done that, we're comfortable with it, we have it in our muscles, we have it in our minds, we expect it now, I'm ready to attach a new thing. But I also thought that this new thing might actually be good and necessary for the kids, because I found that my morning routine, immediately after breakfast, I want to clean the mess we made the morning first thing. Like I want to get the laundry in and out, I want to get the dishes done, I want the table cleaned. But there is this thing that I want to prioritize in our day as well, and that is reading with the children. And I don't find it comfortable to read to them while our house is a mess. But I don't want to lose that time where I read with them. So what tended to happen is, while I try to quickly get the dishes done, quickly get the laundry in, they are very clingy and hungry and want mama and feel like they can't function on their own already just yet. Usually after a good reading session, they are good, they are set, they're happy, their souls are filled, their imaginations are loaded. But there's this awkward gap in the morning. So here's what I'm thinking: to fill that hungry souls as their bellies are being fed, I'm going to feed their souls as well. Yes, for their benefit, absolutely. What a perfect way to start the day. But also practically it works out for our household, where we can get those immediate, call it dirty tasks, where we can get them done and out of the way before we start creating new dirty tasks. So it's just how the spiritual things work so good and perfectly with the practical things, if you see it and if you do them together. So to finally get to the new idea that will just feed my two littles, 2 years and 3 years, here's what it is. To keep it small, to keep it doable and enjoyable for everyone, I'm going to just add one book, specifically a Pilgrim's Progress book, a little pilgrim book. Now this is our language and a version that we have got, but I know there are others as well. For example, this is a fantastic English little pilgrim, which you can do, but because this is not our first language, I wish it was, but we will do this one then, but you can do any one. And why I like the Pilgrim's Progress is you take them through a journey. Every single day's reading is not too long, so that's a win. But what I'm doing to engage my littles with it is, let me show you. So one story can be like really, really small. I mean like that amount of words. There are a few that are longer, but it's like really simple. But we want to tell it in a way that engages them, so just one little element that I'm going to add to make it visual for them, because the more they can see, hear, touch, things sink into them. Use the senses. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to introduce a map, and we're going to make a massive map as far as little Christian journeys. I found a map online that looks like this. Look at this insane map. It's actually one long map and that's how we are going to redraw it. Basically going to take one massive paper, fold it in half, snip it, and then it'll be double its length. So pasting it here, and then you have this long map, well, map in development. And if we eat here, it will live somewhere over there. So at the very bottom of the map, about here, we will start drawing the city of the destruction, and then way at the top, we'll draw the celestial city. And then as we go on, the kiddos can draw something, and then they will add, and then mama can draw that, and then papa will draw that. And it's immersive, and it grows the way that the story develops, and it keeps their eyes open for that. And that will be our one thing that we add on to our existing morning family worship ritual time. Call it, I don't know what yet. We will get a name for it. That will easily, if the first bit, if the Bible reading and singing the prayer took us 5 or 7 minutes, adding this on might make it a total of 10 minutes, maybe 15 if you really enjoy the drawing. But that's a very beautiful, rich, and healthy 15 minutes that just fuels everyone in every way ready in the morning so that they can go out and do their duties and be a person that lives in God's world and enjoys it. So that's it for me today. I hope you got something that you're going to implement. If you did, try adding one idea that has been bubbling in your mind, or even go, now your eyes are open for ideas, but add one idea to an existing ritual that will enrich the rest of your day and have a big impact. Because what we do here in our motherly vocation has a big impact.